Hey guys, I'm Chastelyn Denishenko. I'm going to talk about my baby's first flying experience. Go, daddy, go! Marilyn's first trip. And we're running late. How you doing?
Good.
Are you excited?
Super excited. It's gonna be a great trip.
Oh yeah, me too. So it's a Friday and we have a few things to do prior to traveling. First of all, we didn't pack everything the night before, so I was still packing the day of, which is the worst thing you can do. So advice from a mama to another mama, pack in advance, at least a few days in advance. The second thing is that we had to reschedule her 4-month checkup, and the only day they had available was that day. And number three, we have Jax, our Dalmatian. So we had to talk to the neighbor and set something. Then we had to communicate with our dog sitter to make sure that everything was all set. So between packing, taking Marilyn to the doctors, and just communicating with a few people, it made us late. Like really late. See you soon. Toronto, here we come. Whoa, careful there. Speed racer. Okay, we thought we were late, but when we got to the airport, we were actually not so late. So we still had an hour after we checked in, and we ended up grabbing a bite to eat. She's like kicking away. So it's time to leave Boston, and we're in the airplane. Marilyn is doing great. Her pediatrician actually recommended that if she's a little fussy, to give her some Tylenol, since she did get some shots the day of. Also, oh, that's her in the background. Also, he also recommended I can start nursing her when we depart, and I can also start nursing her once we land. That way will help her ears. So here we are flying, and Marilyn's in love with her daddy, and daddy's in love with Marilyn, and mommy is relaxing for a little bit, but eventually mommy had to grab Miss Princess. The first flight was great. She did such a great job, and we took the pediatrician's advice, and it worked for us. So we didn't like where we were staying, so we decided to step out and search for something to eat. Okay. Run for our lives. So where are we going, babe?
We're gonna find some food. We're hungry. Middle of nowhere.
It is in the middle of nowhere.
Survival of the fittest here.
Oh my god, I don't even know where we are.
Some food.
Ready? Let's go. How long you said is the walk? No, that depends. There is a time. How long it's supposed to take?
Hopefully 10 minutes.
What?
Hopefully 10 minutes.
Alright, let's see. I'm starving. I think we're lost. Looks like we made it in about 10 minutes. Okay, we weren't lost. My husband is great at researching and looking at maps and finding out where things are, and it's good with timing things, which I'm not so great at. He looks at a map and he knows where to go. That guy right there. Did you find it? Ooh. You need help with that? We just checked in 2.5 people, and I'm very excited to look at the things, except I can't have anything. I'll just know you right there. I did have to quickly eat my food because Verilyn wanted to nurse again, and she was a little fussy and whining, so I had to get her out of her seat and bring her to the restroom where I was able to change her diaper and nurse her for a little bit before we head back to the hotel to then start getting ready for the wedding. As I was getting ready for the wedding, Verilyn was all set. I had nursed her while we were at the restaurant, so when we returned back, we stopped at a Walmart because I left my eyelashes at home and I needed eyelashes, which, by the way, I am the worst on putting these things, like the worst. Like, it took me almost an hour and they were horrific. Like, I would never put them on again. If I ever buy them, I'll make sure somebody else will put them on. Maybe I should have my husband put them on for me next time. What do you guys think?
And speak to him these words. I give you this ring as a sign of my love and the vows we have made this day. On you and be gracious to you. May God look on you with favor and give you peace all your days. Amen. You may take your bride now.
During the cocktail hour, she did get a little fussy because she was tired. At this point, she was tired. She just needed to take a nap, but she was fighting us to sleep. So we put her back inside the car seat, and my husband starts walking around with her, and everybody thought he was a lifesaver, a man sent from up above, because he was so helpful. And he is. He's very helpful at home and with her. He takes good care of her. My husband and I took turns taking care of little Verilyn during the reception hour and while people were dancing. This mama was able to shake her bum thanks to my husband that was taking care of Verilyn while I was doing that. I was dancing some salsa with my best friend Hector. Him and I were just partners in crime. The wedding was beautiful and we had such a great time, and I'm so happy that we actually took the time to travel and experience this with our friends. And I do recommend it to all your parents out there to just take chances, take risks, and just go for it. Because if you stay home with the excuse that, oh, they're too small, or how about this, or how about they start screaming, how about that, you'll probably will never do anything. And so even though it is not easy, I'm not saying it's easy, you should still go out and have fun and take turns with your significant other. Now, let's talk about the flight back home. Oh, Miss Verilyn was fussy. She was not having it the second time around. So what happened was that our flight kept getting postponed. So we were supposed to fly around 2:30, and we ended up leaving close to 4 o'clock. And it's just the timing wasn't right. She was extremely tired, so she was fighting her sleep again. She wanted to nurse again right before we were boarding. And during the flight, for the first, I don't know, it felt like an hour. It felt like forever, but it was maybe at 20 minutes. For the first 20 minutes, she was crying and fussy and trying to just get comfortable. Eventually, she did get comfortable and she fell asleep for most of the flight. And towards the end of the flight, like maybe the last 5 minutes, which felt like, again, forever, she started crying again. People seemed to be okay with it. I mean, at that point, we were one of those parents, and you know what? So be it. Let yourself be one of those parents. It is okay. Trust me, it is okay. I was laughing with my husband, looking at her and seeing how much personality she has already at 4 months, and everything that she was doing, how loud she was being. It's just cute. So do I recommend for you to travel with your baby? Absolutely, yeah. And we're hoping to continue traveling. People do say that it does get harder once they turn 1. So let's see how much traveling we get to do prior to that. Hope you guys enjoy this. There's more and more videos to come. This is just one of many. This is about my baby, but of course I will be posting pictures about my fitness and all my great adventures and traveling and my family. So please subscribe and give it a thumbs up.